Hi guys, this is Jimmy from iGearUnlimited.com. In this video, I want to give you a quick overview of our Slim Tough Case G4 for the iPad Air, iPad Mini, and iPad Mini 2. The case works exactly the same way between the two sizes. So for this demo, I'm going to use the iPad Air to show you how the case works. The Slim Tough case is a rugged case that offers full body protection, which means it protects the iPad front, back, all four sides, and all four corners. We use two layers of material to offer the protection. It has a soft rubber material on the outside, which we call the soft rubber skin, and a hard polycarbonate case on the inside that for impact protection. The rubber skin is made of silicone. In this G4 series, we are using a much higher density version of the silicone, so it's firmer and it hugs around the hard case much better, so it doesn't fall off easily. On the front, we have a built-in screen protector that's scratch resistant. It's built into the hard case, so the iPad glass is always protected. And you'll notice that on our G4 case, all four corners have extra padding. We now have an extra thick layer of rubber on all four corners because really when the iPad falls, the corners is where it takes most of the shock. At the same time of offering great protection, we also want to make sure all the features of the iPad are easily accessible. We've created a number of cutouts around the case. So on at the bottom here, you'll see we have grills for the speakers, our charging port that has been enlarged to be compatible with more accessories. Over on this side, we have a cutout for the mute button, and on the top we have the headphone jack, microphone port, and this side is completely enclosed. There are no controls on this edge. Then of course we have a camera cutout on the front as well as on the back. Some of the keys are soft keys. So for example, the volume up and down buttons here, the sleep wake button up here, and the home button are all covered by the rubber, and those are soft keys, can be accessed through the rubber layer. We removed all the port covers from our Slim Tough case because based on customer feedback, people were saying that with a port cover, number one, it makes accessing those ports much more difficult. And number two, the port covers are easy to rip off, and so the case becomes damaged. Now on the G4 case, we made the rubber skin extra grippy so it's not slippery. We still have our main kickstand that allows the iPad to be set up in both vertical and horizontal orientations. In addition, we added 4 additional kickstands to prop up the iPad at a low typing angle in any of the directions. And let me show you how these kickstands work. The main kickstand, you basically prop it up, then it'll allow the iPad to stand vertically on the table. Or you can swing it around and you will stand horizontally. Now we engineered the stand so that this point here provides balance support when the iPad is sitting in a horizontal orientation. When it's placed in either orientation, you'll see that the two rubber or the extra padding around the corners act as stabilizing feet for the iPad so it doesn't slide around very easily. For the main kickstand, we use stainless steel pivot points and slides in here, so it makes the kickstand very strong and very durable. Another change we made to the G4 is that we made this part of the kickstand extra resilient. So before, it was when it's a very hard and rigid piece, it was putting a lot of pressure on the pivot point right here. So on the G4, the kickstand itself can take a shock or impact before all the pressure is transferred to the pivot point here. And because it's very strong, customers are using this kickstand as a handle to easily grab the iPad with one hand and showing the content with the other hand. The small kickstand here allows the iPad to be set up at a low typing angle for easy typing on a table surface. So by propping up these two stands and turning the iPad around, Now you have the iPad set up for easy typing. Now notice in this position, you have the home button and the charging port on the left side. But if you're right-handed, you may prefer the home button over here and the charging port, depending on your setup. Maybe the charging cable comes in from the right side of the table. So all you need to do is close those two stands and open up these two. Now when you set it up for typing or for prolonged use on a table surface, you have your home button and charging port on the right side of the iPad. Now for certain apps, you may want to use the iPad in a vertical orientation but at a low rise. So what you can do is by propping up these two kickstands, and now it's at a low rise but in a vertical orientation for easy use. So this is really one of the most versatile designs on the market for any iPad case, rugged or not, that allows you to use the iPad any way you want to use it. Some additional versatility features include extra room around the iPad screen. So many of the iPad cases on the market, they come very close to the edge of the screen, which makes accessing icons or buttons around the edge of the screen more difficult. So we allowed an extra 1.5 millimeters around all four edges to make that easier to access the buttons or any controls around the edge of the screen. The slim top case, of course, got its name from having a very slim profile, and the case is only 3/4 of an inch thick, which allows it to fit into the Bretford charging cart and virtually all charging carts on the market. One last thing I want to talk about is the customization feature of the slim top case. A standard slim top case comes with a solid black kickstand, but we provide something called a tough skin customization decal that allows you to show your logo artwork, your full color image if you want, any verbiage you want to put on here. For example, property off or if found, return to, contact information verbiage. And we have the ability to print a barcode on the decal to make tracking these devices a lot easier. Now this is very popular with larger IT departments and larger deployments where asset management is a important feature. The decal is made of permanent adhesive vinyl, so it's a durable material to start with. Then we apply a tough skin lamination, which is a scuff-resistant lamination. Basically, it protects the ink from scratching, scuffing for long-term use. And to create the decal, you can either download the template from our website and create your own artwork, or you can simply send us your logo artwork, your image, and let us know the verbiage and the starting number of your barcode, and we can generate all this information for you. And of course, we'll send you a PDF proof for approval before we start production. If you like the case, you can order it from our website at www.igearunlimited.com. Thanks for watching.